Boom. You know, I think I'm a whole 6 minutes late. I could be wrong on that, but let's just go with that. And again, this is not something I'm proud of, okay? But as I always sort of explain to you, this is Simulson building where, you know, where everybody knows what's going on, but nobody knows what's happening, sort of thing, you know. Go ahead and break it down for me, guys. I'm over here at the office. Tell me, is my voice good? I'm using this Rode mic. I hope it's not. I hope my voice is not vibrating against the device. Or I really should just maybe connect it to my lavalier. I don't know. And here it is. I was trying to make sure that I was on time for you. So if you could do me a favor and just go ahead and just 1 second. Give me a moment here. I really should have done this a while ago. I should have done this a while ago. So I'm going to connect my lavalier mic. Here we go. Here we go. How about that? Is that good? I don't know. Yeah, just give me a second here. I'm going to get it right in a moment. This is one of the reasons, if you're a one-man show, this is what happens. You end up doing your own stuff. Now, the only thing, though, I don't like that the mic is hanging on the side of my shirt. I don't like that. What I prefer is that it's right there. Tell me if I am loud and clear. I know that lapel mic is just, it's not setting well. Maybe I should take it up a notch, you know. But can I tell you what I don't like is this cabling here. This cabling is messing me up. Honestly, I would rather conceal this. I mean, this is the ultimatum. I mean, this is the ultimate sort of indication that I'm totally unprofessional. Okay, because I've got the cable hanging over here. Tell me if the cable is bothering you, tell me. I'll fix it. Loud and clear. I really waited for you to explain more about this cyber bill. Thanks, you are here now. It's actually very simple. Again, guys, I'm in my office. I'm at 8585 Simon Mwewa Lane, Simulson building. If you could do me a favor, go ahead and share this live. There are a couple of things that I think we need to talk about in this area. And right before I get into my little dissertation, I have to tell you that it has been a roller coaster morning here at Simulson building, Simon Mwewa Lane. As you know, the vendors were moved out of the street into the market, and they went in there kicking and screaming. They didn't want to go. And but the council police showed up and they moved them into the market. Now, this is what's interesting. When the vendors who moved into the market, they're about 300, maybe 325, maximum 330 vendors along Simon Mwewa Lane. When they were moved into the market, they started calling their friends saying, they're giving away space here in the market. So all of their friends from City Market, BH, Comesa, Diva, they filled that market up like it was going out of style. But what they don't understand is that beginning tomorrow, there's going to be a filtering process, because you see, the space in that market has already been spoken for. The only reason the council moved the vendors from the street into the market is to begin the process now of filtering them and to make sure that they don't return to the streets. And there was a bit of resistance this morning. And then on top of that, you had a few unscrupulous scoundrels. Like there's this lady, her name is Veronica. She's she calls herself a party loyalist. Okay. On one hand, Lusaka City Council, under the directive, under the tutelage of the Ministry of Local Government and Urban Development, Lusaka City Council came on the ground and they executed this operation of moving and relocating the vendors from the street into the market. This lady, who calls herself a loyalist, I've posted her videos many times on our page here on Simon Lane, the most disruptive, the most disrespectful, the most archaic woman I've ever come across in all of my life. I mean, this woman is the quintessential junkie, you know, and she calls herself a chairperson of the party. She was telling the vendors, it doesn't matter what the council says, just go back onto the street. And the reason for that is because some of the vendors had paid her money, and she was telling the vendors, she says, if you want to return to the street, you need to give me $5,000 each. And so, you know, these people are desperate. So they just give her whatever she has. And then she turns around and says to them, you can go back onto the street. Diametrically opposed to what the directive is. She is a vagabond. She's a purveyor of chaos. She is the architect of dissension. This lady called Veronica. Such a mess, I tell you. I take one good look at her, I just want to hurl. Every single time she shows up, honestly, I want to hurl. I just want to literally project, vomitile. You get what I'm trying to say. All righty. Should be punished. Now people buying from the streets, yes, they really should. They really should be punished. Guys, let's talk about the new Cyber Crimes Act of 2025. Now, there's been a lot of misinformation about this act. I know the American Embassy issued a statement about the act. Basically, the American Embassy was basically saying to its citizens, be careful what you do online. The digital climate in Zambia has changed, so you have to change with it. The digital climate in Zambia has evolved. You have to evolve with it. So basically, the American Embassy was simply saying to its American citizens here in Zambia, while you're here, be mindful of what you do on the internet. Now, it's very important to understand that the Americans themselves, and any other country for that matter, they have their own cybersecurity laws. Laws that their citizens have to adhere to. Laws that their own citizens have to acquiesce to. They have to bow to. They have to obey. So don't be misled in thinking that no, the Americans have sent this communique and they're saying to the Zambian people, your freedom of expression has been curtailed. Your freedom of saying anything on social media has been hampered. No, the American Embassy is simply saying to its citizens, be careful what you do on the internet, because you could get in trouble if you do the wrong thing. Now, you must understand very clearly that there is no magic to this Cyber Crimes Act. There is no, it's not encoded in anything. It's very simple. You yourself, the Word of God says, my people perish because of a lack of knowledge. How do you get knowledge? How do you acquire knowledge? By reading, by speaking to people that are smarter than you. In this case, all you have to do, and this is Zambia's kryptonite. You must understand this. This is Zambia's kryptonite. This is Zambia's Achilles heel. Reading. Some of you are so ignorant, and your ignorance is based on the fact that you don't read. This Cyber Crimes Act is there in black and white. Most of you have these smartphones. Just go to the Google app and type Cyber Crimes Act 2025. It will pop up. It will explain to you in very simple terms what this Cyber Crimes Act is, what it means, the implications, the offenses, the penalties, the ramifications of any of the offenses within this act. It's there in black and white. The problem with Zambians is they want to be told, nobody's going to hold your hand. Let's be clear about that. There's not a single person that's going to come over to you and say, listen, I understand you've got some qualms about the Cyber Crimes Act. Here, let me walk you through it. No one's going to do that. You know why? Because nobody cares. Nobody cares and nobody has time. You, yourself, educate yourself right now as you're watching this broadcast. Go to Google. Go to Firefox. Go to Bing. Put there, type in the search engine, Cyber Crimes Act 2025. It'll tell you everything you need to know. There's no secret. There's no coding. Nothing. Now, I'm going to highlight a few of the offenses and what they mean. I'm not going to, it's an exhaustive, it's a huge gargantuan act. I mean, there's so many components in there. And guys, let me also dispel this notion that you have to be a learned man or woman to understand or to decipher the act. No. As long as you can read, as long as you passed English comprehension when you were in school, you will understand the act, what it means, and the implications. Just read. That's all. Okay? Now, let me go through a few of them. Ones that I think you and I would be interested in. There are many. There are many offenses, many consequences, many fines, many definitions. Everything is in there. Okay? But I'm just going to highlight a few of them that I think that you and I would be interested in. Number one, the prohibition. Now, the word prohibition means something that is forbidden by law. Okay, you have to start from there because some of you, number prohibition, because even that one, we have to explain it to you. Prohibition means something that is prohibited or forbidden by law or authority. The law says don't do that. That's prohibition. Prohibition of recording of private conversations without prior notice. So for example, if you're recording a conversation, let's say I am recording a conversation between myself and you. I have to inform you that I'm recording you. I have to tell you this conversation is being recorded. Do you understand that? When you say yes, it's not a crime. It becomes a crime when you record someone and they don't know about it. And if they take you to task and if they hear the conversation on the internet or on the radio or online somewhere, and you say, I didn't know they're recording me. I had no idea that she was recording me. You know what? I'm going to sue the hell out of her or him. If you go to the police, report that person can be arrested. You know why? Because you recorded even if you were in the conversation. That's what the law says. That's what the act says. If you record a conversation between somebody and yourself and you don't tell them prior to the recording, in other words, you have to say to them, I'm about to record this conversation. Do you understand that? Yes, I understand that. Record. Then you start recording. That's not an offense. It becomes an offense when you record them unbeknownst to them. You record them without their knowledge. You record them without them knowing. Even if you are in the same conversation, as we say in Zambia, it's actually conversation, but in Zambia we say conversation, which is wrong. That's the incorrect pronunciation of that word. It's not conversation, it's conversation. All right, that's number one. Number two, prohibition. Now remember, again, the word prohibition means something forbidden by law, something forbidden by authority. Prohibition of cyber extortion. For example, if you, and this is very common amongst youngsters, you know, two young people, they meet online, they start talking, and then the guy asks the girl, send me a couple of nude photographs. And the girl is so trusting and so dwanzy and vulnerable, she does it. She sends nude photographs. And then you, the guy, sends her a message and say, hey, listen, I received your nude photographs and I'm going to publish them for everybody to see, your friends, your family, your colleagues, your nephews, your nieces, everybody, including your pet canary. They're going to see these pictures. But if you send me $5,000, I'll pretend I didn't see them. Cyber extortion. If you are aggrieved and you can prove in a court of law that somebody was trying to extort money out of you, trying to, you know, sort of push you into giving them money in exchange for them not to publish your nude photographs, if you can report them to the police and you prove it, guess what? They are going to prison. They're going to prison. Number three, prohibition. Now remember, the word prohibition means forbidden by law, forbidden by authority. Prohibition of identity-related crimes. When somebody pretends to be you, if somebody steals your Facebook page, they use your photograph, they use your information, and they go online, they meet people, they talk to, they get money from people using your identity, your face, your image, your visage, your likeness. If you can prove that so-and-so stole your identity, that's a crime. Okay? Number four, to prison. Lastly, transmission of deceptive electronic communication. Yeah, thank you, Maggie Zulu. Transmission of deceptive electronic communication. If you post something that is untrue, that's misleading, that is defamatory, something that is designed to mislead, deliberately mislead the public about anybody, an organization, a person, an entity, a business corporation, anything. If you say something and you don't have the proof, if you don't have the proof for it, and they take you to task, and you're found guilty, guess what? You are going to prison. You are. All right. Let me encourage you. There's nothing magical about this. If you want to know about the Cyber Crimes Act of 2025 that's just been signed into law, there's nothing sinister about it. It's got nothing to do with partisan politics. It has everything to do with the sanctity of the digital space in this country. Every country has its own cyber crimes acts and laws. America has it. Europe has it. Germany, I mean, so many countries in Europe, they all have their own version of what we have here. So it is not that dissimilar for Zambians to come up with the Cyber Crimes Act. Number some of you, they are trying to stifle our ability to express ourselves. Yeah? Because I posted something a few minutes ago. I was talking about this lady named Veronica who was trying to what's the word? Not excite, incite. She was trying to incite the street vendors to go back onto the streets. I said, I posted that, and somebody in the comment section says, but Mr. Mwewa, are you not afraid of the Cyber Crimes Act? If you want, totally ignorant, totally unrelated. Just read. Answer. kuberenga. Some of you want to be fed. You want to sit in front of a TV and your phone while someone is telling you what it is. No. Make a conscious decision. Educate yourself. Read. Search. Research. There's ChatGPT now. There's Gemini on Google. If you don't want to read, just speak to your phone. You know? For example, hey Google, what's the Cyber Crimes Act of 2025 here in Zambia?
It's officially cited as the Cyber Crimes Act 2025, Act number 4 of 2025. It was enacted by the Parliament of Zambia.
See? So if you're too lazy to read, just speak to your device. It'll tell you. There's no rocket science here. You know, there's no abracadabra. Mankwara ni kuverenga. The medicine is to read. Kwasila. Simple. All right, I gotta go. Had a long day. Good night. Bye.